Yo, hey, it's Nas here with Chris Pittner. We got a quick pod today. We're gonna have some fun today. We missed last week, Thursday. I think we were on last Tuesday, right? But we
Yeah, we
missed
were.
we missed a few days. We apologize. We'll be back in better this time. Chris and I are here today. Hopefully someone else joins today. But if not, that's okay. Like and subscribe us, guys. Again, Shot of Sports. We're here to give you the best sports takes, maybe the worst even. Who knows? And look, he here. We got Nolan Kopolowski here.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
right in time.
The
We just started.
WMTV crew is in the building.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
Like and subscribe, everybody. We love you guys. Thank you for coming to watch us all the time. And if not, start watching. And we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna talk a lot about NFL today. But first off, how have you guys been? I know it's been a busy, week with a lot of national stuff going on, a lot of tired people. How you guys been so far though?
Yeah, it's been good. It has been a busy week, but ready to get on here, talk some sports, ready for Thursday night football tonight. Should not be a good game, but when you see a Bills
Yeah, that's
blowout.
real. Yeah, it's
What do
been
you
a
guys
busy
what do you
week
guys
for
got?
sure in news, but tonight you mean?
Yes.
Who do we I got Bills by like 43, like
43.
45 to 3. Yeah,
I think it might
Miami
be close to start off.
I mean Miami is on the cooked list. I'll take that from you in my eyes. Miami's on the cooked list right now. Mike McDaniel seems like a dead man walking. I I mean, you guys saw his quote this weekend, right? Where he's like, if you gotta win the game or something like that. I'm forgetting
If
exactly
you
what he
can't lose
said,
the
but
game, something
yeah,
like that. You can't lose the game. You gotta win or something. You gotta win it. I don't know.
he
Something.
knows he's cooked. He knows he's cooked at this
If he
point.
loses
There's
tonight, I think he's fired tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, which he will be fired.
I kind of agree with this. I have him in fantasy for like two of my teams. Should have went with Lad McConkey, but I didn't. Even though Lad's not having the craziest year right
you're a
now, but
Chargers guy
Just
too.
because
I know.
QJ
But I
and
knew I was gonna
Keenan
get
Allen are
QJ and
doing so
Keenan.
good.
Yeah, Keenan and QJ have been like
They're
open
stealing
so
his
much.
stuff.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna start off with our first topic. I know Nolan really want to hit on this. We're gonna start off with the NFL panic meter. Now, this segment is really aimed at the teams, not the people on the teams. We're gonna name the teams that we are very worried about, and if we should be worried about them, and we can discuss that. Nolan, I'm gonna start with you because you brought this to our attention. What
Yeah,
is your
so
opinion?
I want to go through a couple different teams here that are anywhere from 0-2 to even 2-0. I'd say that there are a couple 2-0 teams that I'm panicking on a little bit. And but first, I want to start with Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, they're 0-2 for the first time in the Mahomes era. They played two really good teams, the Chargers and the Eagles here. But how hard are we panicking on them, gentlemen? Do we think that it is time to panic, or do we think that this is just early season and they're going to be right there at the end in Super Bowl contention?
I mean, to be honest with you, they play the Giants this weekend, which is not easy. I'm not gonna lie. After last week, it's not easy. But I'm not really that worried about them. I'm not really worried that they're gonna teeter off. They still have, one of the best quarterbacks ever, one of the best coaches ever. Unfortunately, they still have Travis Kelce, who I think is lost it. But
Washed.
I think they're gonna be okay. I don't think they'll win the division this year. I really don't. If they do somehow, I'll be shocked because the Chargers start off with 3 division games, and the Chiefs start off with only 1. So they'll be behind for a while. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think I'm really worried about them teetering off. I think they'll still make the playoffs somehow, but not as a 1 seed.
Yeah, I'd
I
say
think
yeah, you can go ahead, Chris.
I think I probably, if I had to put this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably like a 3.5, 4, somewhere in there. Because when you look at them too, have they been very underwhelming, especially offensively? This is probably the weakest roster as of right now that Mahomes has had in this era. But you also got to consider that Rashee Rice is not playing. Xavier Worthy is not playing. That receiving core at some point this season will be replenished, and Mahomes will be able to hit deep balls again. He won't have to rely on Travis Kelce. And the offense in general won't have to rely on Travis Kelce to be a major playmaker once those two guys come back and are healthy again and active. So I'm not super worried about them so far. I think they're going to turn it around. Now, will they win the division? I don't know, because the Chargers look really formidable right now, but I think they're definitely going to turn it.
Yeah, I would put this at like a 2 or a 3 maybe for on a scale of 1 through 10. I think that the Chiefs are going to be there in playoff contention, or not playoff, Super Bowl contention again. But I think that Chris is right. This is definitely the worst roster that we've seen with the Mahomes-led Chiefs. I just think that this team is not going to be able to compete down the stretch. I think I like the Bills better than them. I like the Ravens better than them. I like the Chargers better than them right now. I think that there's a lot of teams that are going to give them some problems in the AFC, but I would not be surprised to see them go to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl this year still. I think that this 0-2 start is just kind of a product of who they've played compared to it's a problem with their roster overall. So yeah, I'd put them at like a 3. Now
I mean, also just really quickly, that Brazil game, you can't take a ton from that either, just because you're traveling to an entire different country.
Why not? Hold on.
Those foreign games, man, anything can happen.
Hold on, no, both teams traveled though. You can't say that. Both teams traveled, and they both.
Yeah, it's a wash for both teams. The Chargers looked really good again this week, proving that they're a formidable team. But it's week 1. It's in a different country. I just don't take a ton from those games. Now, was it fun to watch the Chiefs lose in that game? Of course. I don't think it means a ton in the long run.
If they lose this weekend, hit the panic button.
Oh yeah, that's a different.
Yeah,
if Russell Wilson drops 400 yards again and wins the game, which I don't think is going to happen, just understand that this is going to be very ugly for them if they lose this game.
I mean, do you think that the Cowboys-Giants game was more of the Giants playing good, or was that more of the Cowboys showing how bad the Cowboys defense?
I think the Giants just played really good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Daboll's not a bad coach.
Honestly, I think it's both. I think it's both, because that Cowboys secondary was missing DaRon Bland, but they looked like Swiss cheese out there, man. And because they don't get any pass rush now that Micah's gone, that defense is in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, bro. I think I don't know, man. I think the Giants. I told everyone before the season started, I know the Giants aren't going to win the division, but please look out for them. Like they're not. They weren't that bad last year on defense. They were bad on offense because they didn't have a quarterback. Russell Wilson is a great quarterback. A Hall of Famer in my eyes.
On him after week 1, and I was like, he's going to be all right.
I'm just saying. Brian Daboll, he won Coach of the Year a few years ago. I mean, we can't really. Come on, man. We just keep an eye on them. I know they're going to pull some upsets off for sure. But go ahead, Nolan.
There's a lot worse coaches out there for sure. Okay, next team I want to go to. It's a shame that he's not here to talk about them, but it's the Chicago Bears. They're sitting at 0-2, week 1 through 3 quarters. We were talking about, okay, this Chicago team might be one that could actually compete for the playoffs this year. And ever since then, ever since quarter 4 started in week 1, now we're talking about them being bottom of the barrel team again this year. They gave up 52 points to the Detroit Lions last week. They didn't look too promising on offense. I think the only bright spot on this team has been Rome Odunze. What do we think on a scale of 1 to 10? How much are we panicking with the Bears sitting at 0-2 this week? They got the Cowboys coming to them in Chicago. How hard are we panicking, fellas?
Go ahead, Chris.
So this one's actually a little tougher, I think, than most people realize, because their schedule is brutal at the start of the year. They have a first-year head coach, a lot of moving pieces, especially on the offensive line. So I expect that at least the offense, for the most part, to progress throughout the season as they get more acclimated with the system. Caleb builds more chemistry with those new receivers like Luther Burden, and if they actually decide to put Colston Loveland into the offense and not just have him stand on the sideline the whole time. Yeah. Now, their defense, oh my goodness. A train wreck, complete train wreck. Jalen Johnson, their best corner, one of the better corners in the NFL, out for the season. Kyler Gordon right now injured. Brian Poles has made 34 draft picks since he was hired as the general manager of the Chicago Bears. 0 have made a Pro Bowl. I mean, there's not much more to say there than the guy can't draft. He's got a severe losing record. They just extended him last season. He's made moves, but it feels like he's a year late recognizing weaknesses. He was a year late on the offensive line. If he would have recognized and identified and solved that problem last year, Caleb would have been in so much better of a spot. All of the issues that were created as a result of a lack of offensive line wouldn't have happened. Now, this year, they have no pass rush on that team, none. And because of that, the secondary looks like burnt toast as well. So there's just, it feels like every time one issue gets resolved, another one pops up. And that's not to say that the offensive line has been perfect either, but the defense is definitely where the problems are right now for the Chicago Bears. I think overall I'm going to give them a 7, but defensively it's a 10, offensively it's like a 5.
I want to start by saying I was never on the Bears hype in the first place, but I was expecting them to be a little bit better than what I've seen. Now, their offense, Ben Johnson, I don't think it's his fault. I just think the offense is literally that dysfunctional, and I don't think they know what the hell they're doing out there. I think Caleb Williams doesn't know how to read a defense. I think he gets nervous, very nervous when the ball gets snapped, and when you can tell because when a rusher comes at him, he tries to scramble like he did in college. It doesn't work still. It's week. It's year 2, and it's still doing the same thing. Holding the ball, he's throwing the ball in the triple coverage on the Lions team who won 15 games last year. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, you're in hostile territory in Detroit. I mean, it's a dome. You can't hear outside. You can only hear inside. Everyone's screaming, Caleb, Caleb, Caleb. He lets everything get in his head, and it destroys the offense. Now, I will say that the offensive line is not that great. It is a lot better than last year. I will say that, but they were not chipping. They were not sliding to the right or the left to make sure that the protection was great. Caleb also has to call that stuff out as a quarterback, and he has to recognize blitzes, which he doesn't do. It is just a mess with the quarterback situation as a Bears again. Now, I don't know if it's just the Bears organization that does this because Ben Johnson is new, so I don't know who to blame it on necessarily, but it's just the entire offense of the Bears is just disgusting. And then you got the defense just letting up 50 points. And I'm just like, dude, like, what happened to this defense? I know they're injured right now, but like, they had such a great defensive plan against the Lions last year, especially on Thanksgiving, and they just didn't apply that at all this year. So I'm a little disappointed for watching them this weekend, but I'm gonna give them like an 8. I'm very worried about this team, man. I'm really worried about this team. I was never on the train in the first place, but as a football fan, you got to be worried about a team that's this young and just trying to get things right. And you got to be worried if the Titans look better than you. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I'm going to give them an 8 as well. I think that it's time to panic on this team. I mean, to Chris's point, the defense has just been so bad. I don't trust the defense at all. And if this is the offense that we are rolling with to win shootout games, I mean, it's rough. Like Caleb Williams, I think the reason why Caleb Williams looked so good in week 1, at least through 3 quarters, was because he was getting rid of the ball a lot quicker. And
Yeah.
he held on to the ball so long last year. He just wouldn't scramble. He wouldn't get rid of it. And he was getting rid of the ball quick. He was scrambling quick. But as a thrower, he really wasn't all that impressive. He made a couple of good throws, aided by a couple of really nice catches. I mean, Roma Odunze had that really nice one on the sideline week 1. Like I said, I mean, Odunze has, I think, been the only bright spot on this team through the first 2 weeks. And again, if this is the offense that we're trusting to win shootout games, it's going to be a rough season. I mean, looking at their next 2 games, you got the Cowboys this week at home. They might be able to win that one. I still think the jury's kind of out on the Cowboys. I'm not exactly sure what to think of them because they played good against the Eagles and then they won against the Giants, but they gave up all those points. So I don't know. But then they got the Raiders on the road. The Raiders are a much better team this year than I think a lot of people thought they were going to be coming into the year. And they got a bye week, and then I mean their schedule. They got the Commanders on the road week 6. They got the Saints at home, get easy game week 7. Week 8 they got the Ravens on the road. I mean they have a tough, and if you go down the line, they have a lot of tough games. So I just think that this is not a playoff team. I think especially with the NFC North, you still got to play 4 more NFC North games, including 2 against the Green Bay Packers, who non-biased, like actually just stepping back, look to me like the best team in the NFL right now through the first 2 weeks of the season. And I just think that you could chalk at least 3 of those games up as losses in the NFC North, and I just think that this is a Chicago Bears team that once again got the hopes up too high and is coming crashing to the ground as we have started the season, and they're kind of in the same spot that they've been in the last 4 years. And again, to Chris's point, I think that Ryan Poles needs
Oh
to be
man,
he
he's
needs to be
cooked.
gone.
I mean,
He's
there's
terrible.
one other stat that stands out to me so far about this Bears team, and it's the amount of penalties that they racked up through weeks 1 and 2. They had
Dude, same thing
12
as last
penalties
year.
in week
Same
1.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just those are things that like good coaching can only do so much. Because I think Ben Johnson, he's been scheming up really good. His scheming has been incredible the first 2 weeks. It's a lot like it was in Detroit. It's just Caleb's not able to find the guys. But those penalties, man, they're drive killers. We know that as Packers fans last year. Constant false starts, constant holding, wiping out Josh Jacobs' big run. So, I mean, those are the things that are inexcusable. There's things that, okay, you can chalk it up to not knowing the scheme as well yet, still getting acclimated with everything. But penalties like false starts and holdings are inexcusable, and those can't happen. And they've been happening in bunches for Chicago so far.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't. Just final thought, doesn't help that Loveland. I mean, your top 10 pick had what, a couple targets, no catches. I mean, it was
When that's an entire other can of
rough.
worms
It
because
was rough.
you're spending a top 10 pick on a luxury player, like I would say,
When
like
you had
something
Cole
you
Kmet
don't
already.
something you don't need. You have a really good tight end in Cole Kmet. Now I know Ben
Well,
Johnson likes to run 2 tight end sets.
really good at
Where's
that.
the second tight end? Okay, serviceable tight end.
I
But
think that people should start taking notes from Jim Harbaugh and just draft the lineman. Now, I don't say like draft any lineman. Obviously, you got to draft the best one. Like Joe Alt, when they drafted him, I was a little salty. I'm not gonna lie because I'm like, you need to get Herbert some weapons. But then he started playing, and I'm like, wait, this guy's almost better than Slater. So like, you know what I mean?
Guy.
Joe Alt is a generational tackler right now, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to inform all of you, but if the Packers and Chargers play in the Super Bowl, Micah Parsons is doing nothing against Joe Alt. I'm just saying. But hey, who am I to say that? Anyways, go ahead to your next team, Nolan. I wanna get this done quick.
Yeah, we have time maybe to get a couple more in if we go quick here. I want to go to a team that's 2-0 now. This would be 2-0-2 teams. Let's go to a team that's 2-0 in the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a team that has not looked that convincingly 2-0. They got a 17-16 win against the Browns week 1. They did good week 2, but I mean, they had Joe Burrow go down, and I mean, it was a close game against the Jaguars. And now Joe Burrow is out for 3 months. You got Jake Browning leading the team. And I mean, Chase Brown has looked less than ideal. Jamar Chase had a good week 2, but week 1 was a little rough. How are we judging this team? Do we think that the 2-0 is like a fluke? Are we panicking on them? I personally think they're not going to make the playoffs anymore with Joe Burrow going down. I don't know. What do you fellas think?
I think I'm with you on this one. My concern is around a 6 or a 7, probably. That defense is still, besides Trey Hendrickson, is not good. I mean, if you look at that offense too, the line isn't good either. It's really just Jamar, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown out there with a backup quarterback now. I'm not very confident in this team's ability to make a deep run. But I will say that the AFC North is probably a bit weaker this year than it has been in the last few, with the Browns being really down this year. The Steelers' defense looking not great so far, which is supposed to be their staple.
We'll get to that.
But yeah, I don't see a path for this team to make the playoffs unless the other teams basically do what the Jaguars did on Sunday and hand it to them on a silver platter.
Listen, I think you guys are on track. I think I'm not okay. This might sound crazy. I'm not that worried about them. I'm not. Now listen, hear me out. Jake Browning is arguably the best backup in the league. I mean, I can't really think of another one that besides like Malik Willis, maybe. Malik Willis is only good because of Matt LaFleur. Jake Browning's always been good outside,
Then why were they trying to trade for Willis so hard, dude?
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like Jake. I think Jake Browning can really sling that. Option. I think Jake Browning is very accurate. He has some wheels on him. He can throw the ball. He has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins still. I mean, who's saying that he can't go on a little run? He has Isavas. I mean, he's got some weapons still. I mean, any quarterback in that situation is bound to be somewhat, just good. I mean, Jamar Chase had 11 of 14 receptions the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, he was open every play, and they were hitting him. I know Joe Burrow got him some, but Jake Browning also got him a lot.
My concern with Browning is the 3 picks. I just feel like that's his struggle.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
true.
He's going to give
That's
it to
true.
the team a lot.
But you can say the same thing for Jameis Winston. If Jameis Winston was on this team, it'd be 4 picks a game. But hey, you're winning the game. You're winning the game. Hey, I mean, that's a great comparison. That's a fair comparison, in my opinion. I think if you got those picks, if you're winning the game, I know the picks are going to suck, and your defense is trash. So you really can't be throwing picks like that. But
Yeah.
Jake Brown, if they can hold on for like 2 months, let's say they hold on to, maybe they're already 2-0. We gotta highlight that. Being 2-0 already is very important to this team right now. Very important. Okay, so if they can hold on, get a few more wins, they're not going to beat the Ravens. I know that. I don't know when they play the Ravens, but they're not going to beat the Ravens.
They also play the Packers in that stretch too on the
right.
road.
So that's going to be tough. That's not cool. That's not great. Joe Burrow does not get a chance to go play in Lambeau, which kind of sucks. I was really looking forward to him, but just understand that it's going to be very tough. But I don't think they're going to have that big of a deal. I think it's going to be fine. Like you said, the division is a lot weaker. They can still get second somehow. I don't think they will. The Steelers are better right now to me, but I just think I'm at a 5 with them, 5 or 6 right now. I know it's crazy. I know it is, but I'm not ready to pull the plug on them yet.
My one concern with them. Go ahead.
I think that's fair. I think a 6 is about where I have them at. To me, this seems like a similar team to the Bears, but a team that is better equipped to win those shootout games. Like, the defense is going to give up a lot of points, just like that in Chicago. But I trust this offense a lot more, even with Jake Browning, to put up enough points to win the game. But again, I'm concerned about my concern with Browning is that he's going to give it to the other team too much. I think that the turnovers could cost him a few games in this stretch. And then Joe Burrow, how good is he when he comes back from injury? That's always a concern. It's, he's obviously young, and I don't think he's going to be terrible by any means or anything like that, but is he slow to come back once he does get back? I think it's just all going to be dependent on where Browning kind of leaves him. Now, the good thing is that they get the Vikings this week. They get an injured Vikings team. Although I think Carson Wentz could turn some heads this week. I'm not.
I agree.
I think
MVP candidate.
Yeah,
Kevin O'Connell's good at bringing back some of those
He's good at bringing
project type quarterbacks. Yep.
They got the Broncos at home or the Broncos on the road. Then after that, I'm not super sold on the Broncos this year. You got the Lions at home. It'd be a tough one. Packers on the road, but they got the game against the Steelers, the Ravens. So that's a tough stretch. But this isn't impossible.
I mean, like Nas said, though, they'll probably win one of those games out of the 4. Right. I don't see them losing all 4. However, my concern with them is just the defense. Like, we saw Burrow put up 37 points and lose last year. I don't know if I'm confident in the fact that Jake Browning can put up that many points if the defense is going to surrender that many. Now, could the defense be a little bit better this year than it was last year? Maybe. But they didn't make any super marginal improvements on that side of the ball. Instead, they decided to extend Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and commit to 2 guys on offense and just commit to the we're going to win shootout games thing. Lock down Joe Burrow's guys. I mean, I get it, but I don't know if Browning's going to be able to put up 28 to 35 points every week when that might more likely than not be what he needs to do.
That's a fair concern. Concern. I'm not as concerned yet, man. Go ahead, Nolan.
All right, last team, and we're going to go super quick on this one. I just want your number and then a few quick thoughts about them so we can move on here. But I want to talk about the Houston Texans because this was a team that a lot of people thought was going to. Oh, my God. A lot of people, myself included, I thought they were still going to be top of the NFC South, and I understand that their defense has been really rough, but C.J. Stroud has looked garbage.
Horrible. Oh, my God.
I want to say that the defense has not looked rough.
Stop it, Chris.
8 with the Houston Texans team.
The defense?
The defense is amazing. They were destroying Baker.
I misspoke.
Oh, I thought you said they were bad.
The offense.
I was going to say, no, the defense is incredible.
No, I meant the offense. My mistake. But yeah, I think that this team, I don't know. I don't trust Stroud. I'm in 8 with them. I think that they're 0-2 right now. It's been a few close games, but I mean, man, it's just this offense. It just looks so poor. And I thought that Stroud might, I know that he had no offensive line, but I thought he might take a step back to his rookie self this year. And he looked worse than he did year two. He looks so bad. And so does the rest of this team. They get the Jags this week. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm in 8 with them. I think that this is a team that it's going to be rough. And I kind of like Sam's prediction now of the Jaguars are going to win this division because I'm still not sold on the Colts are legit.
Oh my God, no.
The Colts
Colts
could
are
be
gonna win it?
2024 Saints run. That's what I'm worried
Think the
about.
Colts are going to win it?
I don't think they are, because I think there's a bit
Yes.
more talent on this team, but
Listen, go ahead, Chris.
I would say probably a 7 or an 8 for this one too. It's the most perplexing thing to me was trading Laramie Tunsil. Like, I'm not super in tune with the Texans as much as I am with some other teams, but why did they do that? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. They're one like rock solid offensive lineman, had some penalties last year. However, there's nothing there, and they knew that, and they did nothing to address it. So Stroud's rushed all the time. They're not able to establish a running game, and Stroud's arm has been a bit inconsistent so far too. So obviously defense is incredible, but the offense leaves a ton to be desired.
I'm a 9. I am worried. I am terrified that this team is going to be in the gutter by the end of the year. Now, listen, CJ Stroud, I'm sick of people saying CJ Stroud is better than Justin Herbert. It is not a thing. It's not a fact. It never was a fact. You have to understand, CJ Stroud played just as bad as Justin Herbert in the playoff game. I know Herbert threw more picks because tip passes and stuff, but CJ Stroud was horrible that game, okay? He was horrible coming into this season. He was horrible this weekend. He literally gets bailed out by his defense. I hate saying that because in a lot of instances it isn't true. But dude, he'll throw a pick and his defense will get the ball right back to him and he still won't score. It's insane. And Nick Chubb, out of all people, was trying to bail him out. Out of all people, Nick Chubb, the new addition on your team, the replacement for Joe Mixon right now because he's hurt, is bailing you out. Your O-liners can run block better than they can pass block, which is concerning as well. But CJ Stroud, I have the same concern as him as I do with Caleb Williams. They can't read a defense. It's disgusting. He'll throw it right to the defense, and it'll just be like, oh, what a great play by the defense. CJ Stroud, oh my God, he didn't mean to do that. It's just, dude, CJ Stroud is not good. I'm Team Bryce to this day.
I think Stroud got completely overhyped. Stroud was just a victim of being completely overhyped after his rookie year because he got hot for a little while. It's kind of like what happened to Jordan Love a little bit, but I think a bit more severe of a case because people thought Stroud was going to be significantly better than Love was, and people still rushed to his defense. I don't think he was ever like that great to begin with. Like, was he very good his rookie year? Yes. Was he very good last year? No. Has he been very good to start this year? Also, no. I think he got a bit overrated. It'll
be a 10 out of 10 for me if one of their big defensive players go down, like Will Anderson. If he goes down with an injury, it's 10 out of 10 for me. But that's all for me on that.
All I'm gonna say is remember to close out this segment. Remember when everybody at before the draft was talking about CJ Stroud and his football IQ, and everybody was like very concerned about that one test, and then everybody after his rookie year was like, "Oh, don't worry, guys. Like that was nothing. That was nothing." Maybe that was something to actually be worried about. Maybe people had a valid concern there. And as far as Team Bryce, Team Stroud, I'm team neither of them. I think that is just a bust class.
Yeah, you're crazy. Bryce Young is in a worse situation by far. Well, and he's better quarterback.
Obviously, but I think he has the ability to do better than he's doing right now. I think that this is the year, and he hasn't shown.
What is he supposed to do? He can't do anything. He literally can't. If you watch that Cardinals Panthers game, he's struggling to move around.
But yeah, because the line has been bad.
He got them back into that game single-handedly, and it's so hard for him right now.
Look, I am a Bryce supporter. I said that they were going to be better coming into this year, and so far they're not.
It's only week 2, man.
It's only week 2. It's only week 2.
I mean, they looked really bad week 1. I think there were definitely signs there at the end of that Arizona game, though, that you can take away as positives.
This week, I promise. He's going to pick it up. I promise he's going to pick it up.
Who do they play this week?
All right.
It's a great question. Let's look.
They got the Falcons at home.
The Falcons at home.
I mean, that's going to be tough because that Falcons D-line looks a lot better this year than they have.
Right. All right, guys, let's move on to the next segment. And you guys know what it is. I think we all know what it is.
Cooked.
we are going to go week 2 cooked and baked list. Now we're gonna start off with I want everyone to I'm gonna reiterate the segment, okay? Think of it as a baked potato. Baked potato, you eat it at Texas Roadhouse. A great baked, full loaded baked potato. Okay, great, amazing. Now cooked. We all know what that means. You're cooked. You're just burnt out. Okay, gross. I mean, just ugly. It's not looking good for you right now. And we're gonna start off with that, and we're gonna start off with the baked list. Okay, bang. Justin Herbert off the bat. I mean, MVP right now. I'm not even kidding. Okay, Keenan Allen. Who would have thought Keenan Allen would come back to the Chargers
back,
and just
baby.
be disgusting?
It's
Michael
just because he was
Parsons.
on the Bears last year.
I
That's
never
all.
understood, but like he wasn't even that bad last year. Like
He
I
wasn't
really
even
never-
bad. That's the
I didn't
crazy part.
understand why everybody was so down on him and why he
wasn't
took
even
forever
bad.
to get signed by a team.
Right.
I mean,
And-
Jesus.
Now,
Like
Michael
Amari
Parsons.
Cooper, I understood, but Keenan Allen, he wasn't bad last year. He wasn't bad.
Amari Cooper retired. He's gross. He was
No,
not
yeah,
good for
he
me.
was. He was washed. He was washed.
Michael Parsons, his impact on this defense is disgusting, dude. I don't think he got a sack last week, but they're putting him in
He got
stunts.
half.
They're putting him.
I
They're
think
putting him.
he got a half.
He got a half. Okay. Well, he's getting.
24 pressures.
I was gonna say he's getting pressures. He's getting double teamed out there. They're making sure that he doesn't get any momentum, and he still does it. That defense is loaded. The Packers are loaded now. Anyways, Baker Mayfield. I think he's in the week 2 MVP list right now. I'm not gonna lie. He's looking great. I don't think he played that great in the second half. The first half he played really good against the Texans because obviously that defense is great. But obviously Bucky Irving and Rashad White and Bucks O-line, they looked amazing. I don't know what it is, and they were coached well. They were making sure that they're getting their blocks. They're making sure they were clutching the clutches moments. The Buccaneers are legit. Travis Hunter. Now he didn't do too much this week against the Bengals offensively, but defensively he was putting people. I don't think he was lined up against Jamar Chase that much, but when he didn't look that bad. Okay, he didn't look that bad. Lamar Jackson, MVP
Can I
right
just
now.
Can I just go back to Travis Hunter real quick because Travis Hunter offensively should have 2 touchdowns right now.
I
mean,
agree.
he had 2 touchdowns.
Trevor
One week
Lawrence
one-
has been
one week
giving him
two where
terrible
Trevor
balls.
Lawrence just underthrew the damn football
Trash.
to him, and it was an easy touchdown. Easy touchdown. He just completely underthrew the football, and sold. So Travis Hunter, he's doing good offensively too. The stats don't say it, but he is. He just needs Trevor Lawrence to actually throw the football good to him.
Turn
And
into a
it's-
generational quarterback like he was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdown game against the Browns versus the worst team in his division, and Josh Allen had 0 touchdowns against the worst team in his division. I'm just saying, whatever. Lamar Jackson, DeAndre Hopkins is back again. I don't know what's going on, but he's catching these deep balls with no
Dude
effort.
makes
no
the
effort at all.
craziest catches of all time.
It's insane. I don't know what.
He's
I don't
back,
know what.
dude. He's
What is
back.
DeAndre Hopkins go? He's staying on the baked list this week because he's playing so good. Derwin James, Jim Harbaugh described him as the best safety this league has ever seen. And hey, I don't believe that, but he's definitely top 10. Definitely top 10 safety I've ever seen. He doesn't even play safety. He plays linebacker. He plays corner. He plays free safety, strong safety. He can even play D-line if he wanted to. That's how strong he is. Okay, Aaron Rodgers. He played so good. He got sold like twice on his, and those were his 2 picks. He made one throw. He was veering to the right. Off one foot, throws a dime into double coverage downfield on the right side. And the guy drops it right into his hand. I'm not even kidding. You can look it up. I wish I had the video on here so I can show you. I wish I got it. But Aaron Rodgers is still there, man. I don't care what anyone says. Aaron Rodgers is disgustingly good.
And the Steelers
Okay.
should have won this game, dude.
Right.
I mean, they're
Mike
usually
McDonald.
sold in the 4th quarter, and then what are we doing? Giving them a touchdown off of a kickoff in the.
That was literally like
Jesus.
a elementary school level mistake.
Oh man, I forgot about that guy. I should have put him on the cook list. He's not on the. He is on the cook list in the moment. But
Unofficial
Mike
cook
McDonald.
Hey, guys, I have to say I'm on the cooked list as well because I drafted him in one of my leagues, and I
Oh, you're
don't
cooked,
feel. Yeah,
You're cooked.
yeah.
You're cooked, buddy. Mike McDonald, that's the Seahawks coach. He was torturing Mike Tomlin defensively. I mean, Mike McDonald, there's a play, okay, that in week 1 the Jets ran. I'll describe it to you as this. They had a 5-set front on the defensive side, the Steelers did. And that what that does is that puts you as a cover 0 in the back, and you're man-to-man on the wide receivers, inside, outside, or no, they were inside they're outside shade. So when you have outside shade, you can run 2 crossers in the middle. There's no help in the back. There's only one safety in the back, I should say. One safety in the back, and they just destroy them every time. Man-to-man coverage, outside shade. They run inside instead, and there's only one person to help back there. There's going to be one person open veering to the end zone, and the Seahawks did the same exact play this week. Mike Tomlin, you got outcoached again. I know you won the first week, but you were letting up 30 points against the Jets. Get it together, okay? Mike McDonald, you're looking good right now.
Defense is a concern.
Mike McDonald, I'm glad that you're spotlighting these weaknesses out of these teams. Good coaching by you. Kyler Murray looked pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. I think he's on the bake list this week. I think he deserves it. He looks pretty good. He was outrunning everybody. He looks like a toddler running. Mike McBride or McBride, I don't know his first name. McBride looked great too.
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride, yeah.
Trey McBride looked great. I don't know if he scored or not, but he looked great. He looked really
He
strong.
doesn't need to score, dude.
He doesn't need to score. It doesn't matter. Cam Ward, I'm not gonna lie, he looked really freaking good against the Rams. And I know they lost. I know they did, but he looked amazing. I mean, they got guys just dropping balls. He's throwing things across the field, touchdown. Cam Ward looks really good. Okay, I think the Titans got something with him, and they need to really get him some good play calling. Devontae Adams, you looked amazing that game, my friend. I think you're back. I know Puka's gonna be great, but it's very, very important that Devontae Adams is good this year for them. Very important.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, so surprised that he played pretty good. Mike Vrabel
Not gonna last, dude. It's good Saints.
Yeah, look, that's how I feel about Bo Nix. That's how I feel about Bo Nix. But hey, Mac Jones looked great. I think he's. I don't know if it'll be sustained. I don't know if he'll be on this list next week. I hope he is, but he looked pretty good. Okay, Tyreek Fleek, 100-some yards. Finally, Tua was getting him the ball, even though they lost. And I mean, it was an ugly loss, but he played pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Let Russ cook. Russell Wilson, what the hell happened to you that game? You put up absolute dime after dime, moon ball to Malik Neighbors.
450 yards through the air.
It was disgusting.
Crazy.
I mean, you sold
the
in
biggest jump
overtime.
from week 1 to week 2. I mean, that was like week 1. The amount of smack people were talking about Russ. They're like, man, put Jackson Dart in the game. You get Russ out of there.
Don't put him in.
And I was just sitting there. I was like, man, it was one game.
He heard the criticism. I'll say that much.
Of course, he always hears it. It's Russell Wilson we're talking about, Mr. Unlimited. Okay,
And
Neighbors.
yeah, they lost, but I mean, come on, it was
Malik, my neighbor.
This game, he should have never even been close to it.
Malik, my neighbor, just solidified his spot in the top 5 wide receivers right now in the league.
He's back
For that game. I think he
never
finally got a
left.
quarterback.
Well, week 1 he left. He didn't do too good.
Yeah, Dak and CD looked good along with Skittles. Skittles is Scattaboo, by the way. I call him Skittles. He looked pretty good.
Tyrone Tracy, what happened to him, ref?
I don't know what happened.
One week, 1 year. 1 year he was good, and now he's just replaced.
Lions organization looked absolutely amazing, putting up 52 points back to where they left off last year. I know it was against the Bears.
I mean, what a statement to make to your former OC who left.
Oh my God!
Although I don't understand why they have. I don't understand why they have so much bad blood with Ben Johnson because the guy's gonna take a head coach. Yeah. I mean, I get that, but at the same time, like if I'm being offered what Ben Johnson was offered,
he's also being a, you know what? He's being he's being super cold to them, and he's acting like he hates the organization now. Like, I mean, and he went to their division rival. Like, I don't think they're gonna have this much bad blood towards Aaron Glenn. Like, you know,
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
Next on the list, Falcons defense plus Michael Penix. I mean, they look pretty good. Dynamic team. It was a boring game. I'm not gonna lie. Sunday night game was not entertaining.
No touchdowns till like the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Michael Penix did look good. Bijan Robinson also needs to be on here. I don't know why I didn't put him on here. He's probably the best running back in the league right now. I just think he looks amazing. I was not on the Bijan train coming into this year because I don't know. I didn't really see a lot out of him last year because the team wasn't that good. But I mean, he's looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But Saquon and the O-line, they look good. Notice I didn't say anyone else on the offense. Saquon and the O-line. That is exactly how this team is going to win games.
Jalen Hurts has not looked good.
I have a prediction that the whole passing game for the Eagles will be on the.
I can't put him on the coach list because they're 2-0. But
Yes, you
Yeah.
can. They are so
can't.
bad.
Put the
They are
passing game on there.
They're
They have
2-0.
looked like crap.
He's winning
the first
games.
2 weeks.
He's
Let's
winning
see
games
if there's
anyway.
anyone else
Who
on
cares, dude? Who
that's.
cares that they're winning?
Listen,
He's
listen,
doing
listen.
nothing through the air.
It's
He
okay.
has
It's all right.
101
So
yards.
would you say that about the Chiefs last year when they kept winning games 20-17 every week and didn't look impressive?
Yeah, I said to Mahomes.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I'm
I said
talking to
Mahomes
Nas
is
right now.
definitely
I
not the
agree with
reason
you.
that they were winning games. That's for sure.
I agree with Nolan
I
on
didn't
this one.
put Mahomes on a cook list last year because he was winning games. That's just how it is. If you're winning games, I didn't do it.
Jalen Hurts, 15 for 22. I mean, geez, the amount of hype that this guy gets, that we're talking about him being a top 5 quarterback, and you have
Look, we'll get there,
101
Nolan.
yards when
We'll
the
get
game is
there.
all said
We'll
and
get
done.
there. We'll get there. I promise. Hold on. We'll get there. We're almost done. Daniel Jones, Xavier McKinney looks amazing. Daniel Jones looks amazing. I don't know what's
Best
going on with him.
safety.
I don't know if that'll last, but Daniel Jones looks great.
You would trade for him in fantasy, low key. Daniel
Colts
Jones.
I think
are winning the division.
you can pick him
Just so
up
you
off
guys know.
waivers.
They do have an easy schedule this year. That's what I will give them. They have an easy
That's what I'm
schedule. this year.
saying. They're playing like
I
a
will
number one
say
spot right now.
too, I want to give a ton of credit to Shane Steichen just building an offense for the
Of
Colts
course.
that Daniel Jones can work in. I mean, if you look at some of the rosters that he's almost taken to the playoffs, they're ridiculous. He almost took the Colts to the playoffs last year, and there's not a lot of
The
talent
Colts-
on that
The
team.
Colts are not bad offensively. Like, I mean, it was Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson
Right.
was bad. And I mean, like, they were not bad offensively. They got a lot of weapons. They got Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Tyler Warren, I think is going to be I won't give him a Laporta level tight end, like a Bowers Laporta level tight end season, but he's going to have a really good rookie year. I think he's going to be in the top 5 tight ends when it's all said and done. After this year, I think that, and look, Daniel Jones, let's not forget that he took a Giants team to the playoffs. He had a Giants team be a 3 seed in the NFC, if you can believe that. Like,
Danny
or no, they were
Dimes.
6 seed. Sorry,
They're 16.
They were 16.
I mean, but either way, they still
But
won what 10
they
or
were
11
still
games
in the
that year?
playoffs,
And
they won a playoff
good.
game.
It was against the Vikings too, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
worse.
They won.
Anyways,
I mean, sometimes
Listen.
a change of scenery is all you need.
almost done, fellas. Listen, you got Xavier McKinney, played great. He's leading the
Best
league in
safety.
interceptions right now. Did you notice the little trend I put there? Saquon, Daniel Jones, and Xavier McKinney. Do you guys understand that reference? The Giants trash. Anyways, Jonathan Taylor, he still fucking got it. I mean, I know he's 26, but he still got it. Okay, he looks great. Ashton Genty also, he's right under there. Oh my god, he looks scary, dude. They're not giving him enough touches. They probably would have won that game if Ashton Genty took off a few more times. But Ashton Genty looks amazing. Now, moving on to the favorite list of the week. It's a little shorter this week. Okay. Now, cooked. Starting off, I'm sick of this. Rashee Rice and the Chiefs. Shame on you. Free Rice? Why? He almost killed people. No reason to free him.
That was
Shame on you. Absolutely ridiculous. Rashee Rice does not deserve to play a down of football at all this season. Maybe next season. He does not deserve a single inch of empathy whatsoever right now. For me,
He got
at least. I
lucky
don't
on
know.
the NFL wheel of discipline this.
They're slapping
this year.
him on the wrist. Shame on
6
you.
games only, and you
Shame
know
on
he's
you,
going
Chief.
to. I mean, people are going to forget all about it because he's going to be. I mean, he's going to have a year when he comes back. I'm just letting like he's going to have a year, but he shouldn't. He shouldn't even be allowed to.
Tua, enough said. I don't even need to dive into that one. Caleb Williams, throw it to triple coverage. You already hit on this, but you are disgusting, Caleb Williams. You and Tua. I mean, Tua's a lot worse. Okay, but stop. Come on, Caleb Williams. We got to get together, man. We had a lot of high hopes coming in for you. Everyone thought you were going to be good. I know it's only year 2. You got a long career, maybe, but if you keep
As a
playing like this, you
backup.
won't. Right. Dayball in overtime. Brian Dayball. I was not impressed. You did not call a lot of good offensive sets.
Not a good
You,
coach.
you were calling the game amazing the entire game. Then overtime comes and you just start calling some crazy stuff. You got Brandon Aubrey on the other side. You got to plan against this. You can't let him get into field goal range.
You got the
you gotta-
kicker version of Steph Curry against you. He can literally make it from anywhere.
Literally,
Brandon
you
Aubrey should
cannot.
also be like low-key on the cook list because, like, I know he had like a couple long ones, but I mean, he had one to win the game at the end of the year or at the end of the, and he sold, dude. They should never
I
have
don't think he's
gone to
cooked, though.
overtime.
What?
He
No.
won the game.
He should be
won
on the
game.
baked list.
He was on the honorable mention this week. I think I'm going to put
Maybe
him on
he's
there
in
next
the
week.
middle, not on the cook list because he had a really long field goal. But I mean,
Yeah.
you got to hit.
That's the only reason. Yeah,
you got to hit the game. You got to hit the game winner. I mean,
I agree.
You shouldn't have even gone to overtime.
Bryce and CJ Stroud, as Nolan was alluding to, that they're both busts. I don't think that's true, but They both are not looking great right now. Bryce, he looked good for a little bit in the second half, especially, but to start off the game, it was rough, man. I know the Cardinals defense is young and fast, but so are you, man. You got to be able to keep your head in a swivel. I think he's good. We need to see more. We need more. Geno Smith, I don't know what happened, but Pete Carroll set you up for failure. Okay, I don't know
Geno's
what was
just
going
good
on.
for a couple of those games every year.
Yeah, I don't know what was
unfortunately.
going on with. I know that our defense is amazing. I know we're a top 3 defense in the league, but Gino, you got to play better than that. You're a veteran. You got to be able to read this stuff. Pete Carroll, yeah, self-explanatory. I think that game's pretty much on him. He didn't give Genty enough touches. He didn't call a lot of great plays. A lot of good, drives they had, but then they ended it horribly because the Chargers just exposed them. Mahomes, I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. They're 0-2. He hasn't looked that great, but also I forgot to put Travis Kelce under that as well. That's why I put the question mark. Travis Kelce is really cooked. Really cooked. Ever since proposing, he's cooked. I don't think Travis Kelce's good anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it.
He wasn't good week 1. He only had that long
right.
Yeah, that's safety.
Outside of that busted coverage, he was terrible. So yeah. I Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Mahomes is more on the I don't know, maybe he's not good because he's kind of by himself.
To be fair, but
right. That's what I mean. That's why I put a question mark. If you see a question mark, it's kind of like maybe not, but there's an argument to be made. Okay, Bo Nix, trash. The Saints, trash. Joe Flacco, trash. He was on the cooked or baked list last week. By the way, he was discussing last week against the Bengals.
Elder abuse, as I saw somebody. Call. Yeah, it is going to be ugly. Bad this week. I mean, I think the Packers might win by 50. Jeez.
Yeah,
it's gonna be it's going to be tough because that pass rush, Hafley knows that he's going to be able to blitz him. And I think, honestly, Green Bay's only going to win by like maybe 17-24 because they're going to get ahead by a lot and then just pump the brakes. Because that's what LaFleur doesn't run up the score.
My biggest
Browns organization
with LaFleur is that he just does not hold. It was the same thing with McCarthy. I just don't know what it is about the Packers coaches where they just can't keep the foot on the gas. But I mean, the Lions should not have had a touchdown, and the Commanders should not have had a touchdown in that game. I mean, it was just the Browns won't have a touchdown. I guarantee you that.
Browns organization trash. I don't know what they're doing over there. I thought they were going to be good after week 1 because the Bengals just couldn't move the ball, but they really just.
I think that was just
they got
you
exposed.
On that one.
Yeah, it was just me. Lamar Jackson really exposed you, and that's my MVP right now. Besides Justin Herbert, him and Justin Herbert at the top of the list for me right now. But he exposed you. Okay, Adoree Jackson. I don't know if anyone saw this during the Eagles-Chiefs game, but Adoree Jackson led up. What's his name? Was it? Tyquan Thornton. I think that's his name. The wide receiver on the Chiefs, one of the backups. He led up a seam route to the left, and it was just like wide open, and Mahomes just overthrew him. That's why I put Mahomes on here as well. Adoree Jackson, are you James Bradbury in disguise? Seriously, this is disgusting. You're on an all-time defensive team right now. They look amazing every week, especially last year. Coming into this year, they looked amazing as well. Adoree Jackson, don't do that again. You're cooked this week, but don't do that again. JJ McCarthy. Enough said. Jaden Daniels. He didn't look that good against the Packers, man. I thought you were going to be slinging it left and right. But
I think
it's a tough place to play. But
I mean, not only that, quarterbacks typically struggle in their first trip to Lambeau just because.
I tell people that all the time.
He looked better in the second half. I'll give him that.
He did. However, I think that says a bit more about Green Bay's defense than it does about the Commanders because Jared Goff looked the exact same before. And then Goff goes out and drops 5 touchdowns week 2. I'm not worried.
He was on the honorable mention list, by the way, Jared Goff. He was teetering back to the baked list, but not enough yet for me yet. Joe Burrow, unfortunately, because of his O-line. I know it's not his fault, but you're kind of cooked now, buddy. 3 months, turf toe. Wishing you
turf toe, dude. Kind of stupid. You're playing on turf.
Turf toe sucks, man. It sucks, man. It's like a stub toe on times 10. But look, Joe Burrow, I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. But you're cooked right now. Derrick Henry is still cooked. He sold every fantasy team alive this week. He only got 2 points or something like that.
Yeah, this week I'm agreeing with you on this one.
Yeah,
cooked.
Me too.
Cooked this week. He's still cooked. That's unheard of for Derrick Henry. Justin Fields.
He had
60
one
yards
win
heading
and
into the
everybody was
fourth.
praising him.
What
This
are we
is the part of the
doing?
show where I wish Jalen was here.
Justin Fields. Oh my God, you're so horrible. He's hurt this week too, so whatever. Xavier Legette on the Panthers. Where are you? Where are you alive? Do you play football anymore? Do you get open? You were talking a lot of trash coming into the year this year.
I can answer that. He's walking back when they're trying to go no huddle.
Yeah. What is this guy? Who is this guy anymore?
Yeah.
I thought he was
He
supposed
should
to
be
be
their
good.
wide receiver too, and he's terrible.
And he's not playing. Hunter Renfro's the 2. He might be the 1. Bro,
Nah,
Xavier
he'll catch
Legette. You might be on the cook list for the whole season. Who knows? Bears GM Ryan Poles. We hit on this already. I mean,
dude. I mean,
we don't.
I can talk about this one for a while.
We're not gonna talk. We only got a few minutes left, but we're not gonna talk about this. DK Metcalf. I know you scored, but dude, I was expecting a lot more from you this week. You let down Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion. You're supposed to be the wide receiver 1. You're still looking like a wide receiver 2 out there, like you were.
Jalen Warren led the team
JSN
yards. This
week. Come on, man. DK Metcalf, you got to get it together. You're one of the fastest, biggest wide receivers in the league, and you can't get open. Your route running is terrible.
I will say it is easy for defenses to key on him because, I mean, who else are they throwing the ball to? Calvin Austin? Roman Wilson?
Yeah, but Rodgers has been able to force feed wide receiver 1s in the past, so
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to give him a full
pass.
Comparing DK Metcalf to what, Devontae Adams? Like, come on. I mean,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he has to be Devontae Adams. But I'm saying, no, I'm just saying like he should be better than he is because Rodgers has. Well, even last year, Devontae Adams looks at times like the Devontae Adams.
Especially against the Jags.
Yeah, I mean, with the Jets, yeah, he had a fantastic like second half of the season. I just expect DK to be a bit more like that and less like mediocre.
He's no Devontae Adams, and Aaron Rodgers is not what he was.
Trevor Lawrence, trash. I mean, what is going on?
Garbage.
He's so bad. You let Jake Browning come in and throw 2 picks, and you still don't win the game. 3 picks. You still don't win the game. What is going on?
It's because he's throwing.
I mean, you're overthrowing Travis Hunter. You're letting down Brian Thomas Jr. and just come on, man.
I think Brian Thomas Jr. should be another shout for the cooked list this week, though. He dropped that wide open fourth down.
Yeah,
you're right. He was getting close, man.
He's
but
concerning me, dude. He's concerning.
He is concerning. But another person I forgot to add on this is T.J. Hockenson. Trash, by the way. He let me down in fantasy, even though I won the week. Trash. Andy Reid. The reason I put Andy Reid on here is simply because of the offense. Now, everyone continues to tell me that Patrick Mahomes doesn't have his weapons. Patrick Mahomes, this and that. Well, let me remind you that Justin Herbert had 1 wide receiver last year and Will Dissly at tight end. You have Travis Kelce at tight end. You still have you still have Juju. I mean, he's not bad. He's not great, but he's not bad. You got Thornton.
Come on, he's bad, dude.
You got Hollywood Brown. No, Juju had a great first week. You got Marquise Brown. He's great. Hollywood Brown. He's good. He always torches teams. I don't want to hear that.
He also gets injured all the time. So
Hollywood Brown is nothing but a deep threat either. I mean, he is not that good.
Listen, Andy Reid is supposed to be able to figure these things out. I don't think anyone could argue that. He's the coach that is notoriously known for being able to figure out any situation that is on the field. It doesn't matter what type of defense you run. He's able to figure it out. And he's able to make Mahomes look better than what he actually is. Andy Reid is cooked this week to me, fellas.
I think the most concerning thing about the Chiefs is just their offensive line does not look good either.
Right.
Which is a concern for the rest of the season.
Yeah. CJ Gardner-Johnson, stop talking trash to Mike Evans. I know you want to like to flex your ring from last year because you got carried by Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley in that offense and the rest of your defense, but you're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. You left the Lions to go ring chase. You're not that guy. Don't give me that. Don't talk to Mike Evans like that. That's a Hall of Famer. You're not a Hall of Famer. I don't want to hear any of that. Just stop it. CJ Gardner-Johnson, you're cooked. You got murdered by Mike Evans this week. I know he didn't have that great of a game, but every time he was on you, I mean, it was all she wrote. Okay. Unfortunately, the tush push is cooked. It's cooked. I've been seeing it. I've been watching a lot of film on it. They do jump. I know people are lined up off in the neutral zone, but what else are they supposed to do? They're jumping left and right. The guards are false starting. The tush push is kind of cooked for me right now. I mean, I'm a believer of the tush push. I think everyone should be able to do it because it's a play. Who cares? And rugby is a form of football. I mean, it's a football play technically, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But it's kind of cooked right now. You got to be able to fix that. Chris Jones, stop talking. You're on 2. You're on 3 in the last 3 games.
Yeah,
stop talking.
You lost the game. You can't be talking trash.
You can't be talking trash. You didn't have 100 yards. Come on, bro. You lost the game. I don't care. I don't care how good you are. I don't care if people refer you to as a top 5 defensive player in the league. You're not. You're not that guy right now. You lost. You're not doing anything. You got packed up by Joe Alt that last week. And you got packed up by the Eagles offensive line this week. I don't want to hear that. You couldn't stop a lick of a run this week. Okay? Don't. Chris Jones. Aaron Jones, you're cooked. I know you got hurt, but you're cooked. JJ, Justin Jefferson is kind of cooked. Kind of.
I think it's who's throwing him the football though. Is it crazy?
Yeah.
Is it crazy for me to say that I think the Vikings are going to be better with Carson Wentz and Jordan Mason than they are with JJ McCarthy and Aaron Jones? Is that crazy for me
I
to
don't
say
think
that I think
so.
that they're going to be
It's not
better?
crazy.
I think that this team. Look, I think they'll beat the Bengals this week. I really do, and I think that they got the Steelers the week after. They got the Browns week after that. I don't know. I think this Vikings team could go on a little run.
So that's my cooked list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be back next Tuesday with this as well once we get back on. But real quick, I just want to throw this out there. I know, referring back to the baked list, Ravens QB Lamar Jackson in his past 20 games. All right, you see the stats. You cannot convince me Josh Allen has ever been better than this man in his career. I'm sorry, you can't. You know why? Stuff like this. I know.
Who beat him week one, bro? Who beat him week one?
No, rushing stats matter. I get it, but
I think
this is what it looks like from the passing perspective last year. Aaron Rodgers versus Josh Allen. I just want to put that out there real quick before we move on to final thoughts. I know it was unwarranted. I know it was unnecessary to do that, but hey, I just got to do it sometimes. Now, fellas, final thoughts. We got about 4 minutes until the hour hits, and I kind of just want to preview tonight's game, if you guys don't mind. But if you guys got other final thoughts like Brewers or whatever you want to talk about, Packers, doesn't matter. Go ahead. But I'm gonna start with you guys.
I'll just get my Brewers thoughts out of the way. Jose Quintana to the IL. Nick Mears is back. I call me crazy on this. I kind of just want Quintana back for the postseason because I think having a veteran in there like him and Woody are going to help in the postseason because they have that experience pitching in bigger games. Woody not as much, but Quintana's been around forever and he's been on a lot of contending teams. So even though his end of the regular season was a little bit choppier than I would have liked, I still want him around come October just because veteran experience is so important. And I don't trust the Miz to try and start a game in October. He's way too, he's not even keel enough. He goes up and then he goes down. Then he goes up and then he goes back down. He just gets too either high or too low. He doesn't ride the wave enough. And for that reason, I think he's best suited either for a bullpen role or not on the team. But they're probably going to try and start him anyway.
Yeah, for my final thought, I'm just going to give my lock and my upset of the week here for week 3. Starting with the lock, I mean, this is kind of an easy target, but I got to go with tonight. I mean, there's just zero chance that the Miami Dolphins.
Is it in Buffalo?
Will be. Yes, it's in Buffalo.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I mean, the Bills are favored by 11.5, which is just crazy in football. And I mean, it's going to be bad. It will be a beatdown. This will be this will be one of those Thursday night football games where people are talking about, man, Thursday night football sucks. Because I mean, it is. I don't know why the Dolphins don't deserve to be on prime time.
Stop giving Tua primetime games.
It will be bad tonight. Like it will be very bad. And I mean, the Bills there's just zero chance that they lose. This is as free as a pick for a lock as you can get. For my upset, give me the LA Rams over the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, I'm going to go back to the Eagles offense.
Good game.
It's a good game. This Rams defense looks good. The Rams defense has been quite good over the past few weeks. And I think that the Eagles offense, especially passing, is just cooked, which sucks because I have Jalen Hurts in a lot of fantasy leagues, a couple of fantasy leagues. I have A.J. Brown in a couple of fantasy leagues. They've been awful to start the year. And I really don't think it's on the receivers. I think it's on Jalen Hurts. I think Hurts is such an overrated thrower of the football. He gets so much hype because of the tush push and because of his rushing stats that, again, you are supposed to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. And you had 101 passing yards at the end of the game last week. That is just inexcusable. That is so bad. That is so bad for a quarterback.
Cam Newton was right.
I mean, this is why I thought I got flamed for saying that Jordan Love isn't that far off of Jalen Hurts. I really don't think that that's as
I think he's
far-fetched as
better than
most
him.
people thought
He's
it was.
better than him.
I don't know.
I
about
got
that.
2 likes and
Passing yards
20
per game,
I
comments
don't know
on
about
that
that.
post. Yeah, I mean, it might be my green and gold lenses coming out here, but I think Love is probably as good or better as a thrower of the football than Jalen
Correct.
Hurts is.
That is a
As a
correct
runner,
take. Jalen
no,
Hurts sucks
no,
throwing
I'm
the
not going to
football.
debate you there. Jalen Hurts is
Never
a
been a
much
good
better
thrower of
runner
the
than Jordan
football.
Love. But
Yeah.
and the thing is about Hurts too, he's always had top tier wide receivers to throw the football to. He's always had either Devontae Smith
Thank
and
you.
then eventually AJ Brown. He's never had he's never been challenged without a wide receiver 1 and 2 in that
Well, I'll give
offense
you-
since they've become contenders.
I'll give you one that's better than both of them, Justin Herbert, and that's leading to my final thought here. Hey, Justin Herbert, we're gonna prove this week that the Broncos are nothing. Okay, I know they already showed last week that they're not that good, but you know, this week really solidifies this notion that the Broncos are not a threat. Okay, this is a Sunday 3:05 game in LA, their first home game, official home game. I know they had a home game in Brazil, which is really dumb to me, but the Chargers lock it up. Bo Nix is going to be put in a box this week, and Justin Herbert is going to expose the Broncos for who they truly are and solidify himself back into the top 5 of the QB list because everyone took him out because of that playoff game, even though CJ Stroud had a worse game, in my opinion. Jalen Hurts just doesn't throw the ball like you guys have been saying. So, and Baker Mayfield, hey, argument. That's a good argument. That's the only good argument I'm hearing for top 5 other than Justin Herbert. That's the only one. But hey, I appreciate you guys for coming on today. It's been fun. It's been we're not. Subscribe and hit the like button. I'm Nizer Spencer, Nolan Kapolowski, Chris Pittner. We are here. We're going to be here next Tuesday and possibly tomorrow even. Okay, I might have a show tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna get back on track. This football season, we shouldn't be lacking like this. We apologize from the bottom of our hearts. We're gonna be better. Okay, we're gonna have some fun with the stream, and it's gonna be a good season. And thank you guys for coming on today. And peace out.